Welcome aboard the Pardo E60. This is the long-range cruiser from the Italian shipyard of Cantiere del Pardo. My name is Joe Fox from Yachts, and today we're going to take a look through this boat, look at the layout and the options, the fit and finish, to give you a good idea of what this stunning model has to offer. Standing on the aft platform, this is an absolutely fantastic swimming deck. Can also take a tender as well. There is a retractable ladder option, so as this drops down, the ladder extends, so it's seamless boarding from the cockpit level all the way down to the platform when it's underwater. This model can come with 4 cabins, one of which is at the stern here, and this is designed really as a crew cabin. Can be used for storage, and I imagine in an Australian market it will be more of a storage lazarette, but you can sleep 2 crew, maybe a couple of kids in there if you do want to. Also comes with its own head and shower, and also direct access through into the engine room. Pardo is renowned for its incredibly luxurious sun lounging, dining and seating options, and moving up into the aft cockpit here we have exactly that. Great sun lounge pad on the back with lifting backrests to sit around the table. Now you could probably seat around maybe 3 people comfortably down each side with one at the end, so that's dining for 8. Underneath the extendable awning which we've got above me here, this retracts all the way in to come behind the coach roof. Now you might have noticed a very cool and innovative feature on this model are the folding wings on either side of the cockpit. One of them is extended here, on the other side it is closed, but I'd say this is about 4 meters long and 1 meter wide, so this is giving us an extra, say, 4 square meters of cockpit area. It really, does a lot to the volume and creates a very nice seamless connection between the cockpit and the ocean. This platform here operates remotely at the push of a button. As we walk down towards the bow down the port side, you'll notice this huge window which is open here. There's one of these on either side. We'll have a little bit more of a look at them when we make our way inside, but let's head to the bow for now. Pardo take incredible pride in the finish, in the style and the workmanship. This is an Italian boatyard and the vessels just look absolutely incredible, very smooth lines, very nicely finished. All the cleats are very large and they all drop down, so you're not getting the rails disturbed or the line of the rails disturbed by having risen cleats. Again, this is a walk-around boat, although we don't call it a walk-around boat, it's a cabin style boat. It is walk-around all the way, again with that very decent height Pardo rail all the way around, so very secure moving down the side. Phenomenal sun lounging again on the bow here. I could lay maybe 5 people across there with forward seating as well here. So there are many options and many different focal points on this boat for socializing. The forward area has 2 seating couches. 3 people could sit here with another 2 comfortably here. Underneath my feet is the anchor locker. All the Pardos, they're renowned for the very clever anchor locker, the trefoil system, which extends, the cowling comes out and the anchor drops down. Again, keeping those really clean lines and the clean bow, the reverse bow, and the beautiful knuckle that we have on these Pardos, keeping that nice and clean. The bow cockpit is very comfortable, with pop-up lights to make this an all-round usable area. Working my way down the starboard side, I've noticed this storage pocket here, and that's would otherwise be wasted space, but excellent for stowing lines, fenders, the covers. All this upholstery gets covers, it's got to go somewhere, so a great place to store all that when you're using the sun lounges. Making my way down the starboard side, we do have a side access here which goes straight into the helm station. We'll go in there later. Let's head up onto the Flybridge and take a look what that has to offer. So the access to the Flybridge is in a nice straight line. You're not going around a twisty staircase, so really clean access, nice large steps. The Flybridge actually takes up the majority of the coach roof. Over the stern area here we have an open deck space. Now this can be configured however you want. This is set up here for the show really nicely with some loose, low sun lounge furniture, which I think is a great option. It gives you a bit of flexibility as you're using this space. We obviously have our track vision, all our satellite communication, the radar mounted on the tower just aft, and also an electric bimini option. Now it's stowed at the moment for the show, but you can see it in the black bag at the back. And this is an electric option which comes all the way up to give this whole area shade on a sunny day, or if you do want to get out of the sun when you're using the boat. Moving to the forward end of the Flybridge, very important that we point out the fridges. There are 2 drawer fridges on here, very easy access. The helm station itself is positioned on port side, with excellent view. So I'm standing at the helm now, I can see the bow of the boat, I can see the transom down behind me. The preference would be to park port side 2 when manoeuvring from up here, but if I have to park starboard side 2, then I can manoeuvre from downstairs where the helm station is on the starboard side. We'll go through more of the technical aspects of the boat and the engine choices when we get to the main helm station, but a very comfortable looking setup here. The backrest can flip, so when you are at anchor, enjoying the shade of the bimini, you can flip this around and it becomes a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a sun lounge, but a bit of a daybed. Around the front of the Flybridge, we have a beautiful relaxing and lounging area, and is my particular favorite thing because when I'm driving the boat, or when the skipper's driving the boat, he has friends he can talk to. Making your way back down into the cockpit, again, what you'll notice is a massive open integration into the saloon. So this makes it really, especially when the shade cloth is out, makes it feel like one massive covered area. I like it when you've got seamless connection between and you can move freely. It makes entertaining, hosting dinner parties on the back, food prep here, a very simple operation. Just before we head into the saloon, I'll just point out the operational controls for the side platforms. Very easy access here, and what I like is you can operate them and you've got full view of everything happening, so it's very safe. Also, we have a third engine control here. Now we've got the Flybridge, we've got the main helm, but this is just for manoeuvring, for backing in. It's just an IPS control, which we'll talk a little bit more about shortly. I have very good view over the stern of the boat for manoeuvring and parking stern too. So ventilation is absolutely excellent in the Galley. I mentioned before the drop-down windows that we have here. Electrically operated, push button on either side. You can also open it just as much as you need to as well for airflow while you're in the galley or just to ventilate the boat. Starboard aft of the cabin, we have the first half of the galley. Now this has the sink, it's got plenty of storage, there's an inbuilt bin area as well. And on the other side, we have an induction cooktop, the oven, more prep space and a freezer. And it's just occurred to me, this is actually full beam galley. It's incredibly large. It's a heap of room, heap of prep space. You know, often we always want more prep space, especially when I'm cooking, but this really does a lot for the galley. I think it's an excellent layout. Again, refrigeration is ever important on a boat, especially a Pardo. So we have one fridge here, we have another fridge here. We also have an ice maker just under the worktop here. So plenty of options, as well as the chest freezer in the worktop. Moving up into the main living area of the saloon. Important thing to note, I did step up, but I do still have plenty of headroom above me. I'm not stooping, and given that this is a Flybridge boat as well, that is quite impressive. Around the port side, very comfortable looking couch, a high-low table here, and the table also doubles in size, so a leaf on either end to extend the table for huge internal dining. Cushions are actually really comfortable, that's quite nice. Beautiful leather inserts as well, and you know, the Pardo flair and the Italian quality is really evident throughout in the stitching and the finish and the the linings of the internals of the boat. So starboard side of the saloon, opposite the lounging and the dining, features the entertainment unit. So we have a TV that you can see coming out here. Also a wine cooler, so great position just next to the table, but wine storage I should say. Plenty of storage under here, as well as the ice maker. Just underneath the helm station, so nice and close, great proximity, is the switchboard for all your operational services on board the boat. The helm seat on the Pardo E60 is, I think, a complete work of art. It has two positions, so I can stand and lean against it like this, for a bit more visibility. Or when I want to sit down, I lift the backrest and the seat slides forward, so it's close enough for driving seated. So quite a clever system that works really well. It obviously moves out of the way as you fold it away. The helm station on the Endurance 60 is everything you'd expect on a vessel of this caliber and this size. We've got 3 individual garment displays, so you've got quite a range of options for information displayed. You can see on the left I have the running of the boat. The wheel itself is adjustable, so you can move it away to give you a little bit more room. Here, just below the wheel, all the running gear. So my engine controls are down here, all the lighting, the horn, the navigation lights. Little air vents as well. I've got a beautiful little breeze coming through there. The aircon is on, and I can't hear it. It's whisper quiet aircon. It's quite incredible. The engine controls are just on the right-hand side of the wheel, and then the IPS joystick control is also on the right hand side of the wheel. The helm station has excellent side access, so a full height door out to the rail. I've got direct access to the cleat. It's a good height as well, so I don't need to duck as I step out. Essential, for maneuvering on a boat this size. And the door itself is a real proper sea door, so it gives you quite a lot of reassurance. Closing that, it's nice and firm with a good seal. The vessel itself is equipped with IPS 700s as standard, with an option available to upgrade to 800s. So that gives you joystick maneuvering in any direction. It's a 60-foot boat, so whilst a bow thruster isn't essential, it's probably recommended. It's a high windage boat. It's obviously got the superstructure of the cabin as well. It's not like our walk around day boats that have less windage. So a bow thruster has been optioned on this one, which I think is a good idea. You might not need it, but it's good to know you have it. At the helm station, there's also a Garmin VHF, a anchor windlass remote, a searchlight control, and also the controls for the gyro. I must say I'm very impressed with the view that you have when you're standing at this windscreen. It's a reverse windscreen, kind of a pilot house design, so it's going to be very cool. We're not going to get sun. It's not like a car windscreen that's going to heat up the whole cabin very quickly. But I feel like we've got very good shading. The windscreen is very tall. Often on a powerboat you feel like the windscreen's a bit squashed, but we've got a lot of visibility. I can see everything that's going on the bow very well, which is, if I've got a crew member doing the anchoring system on the bow or mooring, I can really see it quite easily. And then very good all-round vision, single piece windscreen, which is excellent. The interior, looking around the interior of the saloon here, it is a very light and airy boat. It doesn't feel like we're enclosed. There's lots of glass. The windows are very tall on either side, and a lot of light wood and white paneling, which makes it really pop in here quite nicely. Heading down from the helm station, I come down into the main accommodation area. Now this vessel is equipped with a crew cabin, which we looked at on the back, as well as 3 cabins. A full beam master cabin, a VIP cabin forward, and also a twin berth cabin midships, which you might use for children or crew or guests coming on board. The internal fit out is a very nice kind of Italian oak. This is the standard internal finish, and there are other options available to change the tone, so we can go a bit darker and then we can do like a grey as well. So a couple of options around that, but first things first, let's go down and do the biggest and the best cabin. The door for the main cabin is actually right on the corridor, so as soon as I'm in here, I'm in the privacy of the main cabin. On my left, as I come down the corridor towards the main area, I've got actually a really nice bathroom with his and hers sink, which is a really nice feature. The bathroom itself is very large, and there is a separate shower compartment just forward of this sink area with incredible headroom as well. Hidden in the corridor here is the washing machine. Again, 6 kilograms of washing and 4 kilograms of drying, so you can do all your laundry needs on board. Full height mirror as well, as we walk down, really makes it feel quite large. And then a phenomenal cabin we have down here. Full headroom all the way across here. There's no cutout, so there's no mouldings to accommodate the floor of the saloon. And really quite a large bed. It's 2 meters long, it's 160 centimeters wide, so very spacious, plenty of storage options, big storage nooks all over the place. They've really made the most of it. There is a writing desk forwards or a workstation and a TV mounted on the bulkhead that can be viewed from the bed. On the starboard side, we have a large settee lounge, quite nice and low, so very comfortable for reading a book in the evening. The hull windows are also huge on this model, so we've got plenty of natural light. It's getting a bit dark at the moment outside, so not too much light coming in, but plenty of natural light in this full beam master cabin. There is a very large hanging wardrobe here, actually quite huge, with a safe in it as well. Offers a lot, this cabin. Plenty of storage, great headroom, really good layout. It feels incredibly large. Coming out of the master cabin, we come all the way forward into what we would call the V-berth. It's not a V-berth, it's a rectangular bed. And this is the VIP cabin, so this is the middle of the 3 guest cabins on board. This is optioned with the queen mattress. There is an option to do 2 singles, so on an angle, matching the line of the hull, which would leave more central area here, better for siblings and friends, that kind of thing. Now my favourite thing about this model is that every single cabin has their own ensuite. So again, a very large ensuite, good headroom, rain shower, and a large sink here as well. One thing I should say about this forward cabin is that the ventilation is perfect. There are 2 opening hatches in the hull, there are 2 opening hatches in the superstructure, and there is also a very large opening hatch. Underneath the bow cushion, but with that removed, you've got plenty of ventilation. Of course, fly screens on that as well. Now, before we make our way into the last cabin on board, we'll just have a look in here. This is the ensuite for the third cabin, but it also doubles up as a day head. So this door can be closed, and then behind this door, there's another access for the cabin, so it can become a private ensuite. But if you do have guests on board for the day, they can use this one, so they're not going into multiple cabins using multiple toilets, just like so. So this comes into the third cabin. 2 single beds, they're about 800 wide and just under 2 meters long. A nice little cabin here on the port side, perfect for kids. So that does conclude the walkthrough on the Pardo Endurance 60. I think you can see, and I can definitely see, that this model packs a lot of punch. It really brings a lot to the table on a model that is, you know, I say only, but only 60 feet long. The side wings, the vertical windows in the saloon, it's all great innovation and puts Pardo at the very, very front of the industry for innovative dayboat, adventure boat, long distance design. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to be updated with more relevant information that you'll definitely be interested in. My name is Joe Fox from eYachts. Thank you for joining us.